Hey everybody, it's Kim here with Lead Generation Source. I don't know, can anybody hear me and see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Oh, Chrissy, you're on today. I thought you weren't going to make it.
Hi, Chrissy.
Oh, I'm sorry. At least it was mom's money, right? What? There you go. All right, let me, I just need to finish seeing if I can get this to work real quick. So what we're going to hopefully talk about is Chatmatic. Well, we'll talk about chatbots in general. I don't know if they all can do the same things, but I know Chatmatic really fairly well. It's a new platform. So as in like he just launched a new one. I'm just saving these real quick. There's some error and I don't know what it is. So I obviously did something wrong. That's what I get for doing a super complex something instead of something easy. And I might just scrap this and go on to another one if it's not going to work right. So basically there are a couple different things with chatbots. So let's first talk about, and I was working on this, so I don't have anything to show you guys exactly, but we've talked about this before about funnels. Let's see, warm, cold traffic to warm. See if I can find the funnel real quick. Okay, so this one is interesting, but not right. So no. I hate pop-ups. Everybody hates pop-ups. I don't know why they even insist on using them still. I forget that if I do that, I can't see the chat. So, all right, we're going to maybe do this with a program, if I can pull it up. Hopefully I don't crash everything. So I think everybody kind of understands the concept of cold traffic about, okay, hey, if we're targeting cold traffic, then, sorry, I'm trying to get the, doesn't matter. I'm trying to get the, this big enough and still see the chat. So I apologize in advance as I do this. Okay, so when we target something, whether it's, you know, whether it's a Facebook ad or we're doing, you know, search engine optimization, it doesn't really matter what we're doing. We're doing something where we're trying to target traffic. And that traffic is always going to be a variation of, I don't want it that way. Oh, here we go. This is what I want. Okay, this is going to be a variation of, oops, that's not what I meant to do either. Cold versus warm traffic versus, Chrissy, I can't run, I don't know how to, oh, there we go. I was like, I don't know how to work Corel and Draw anymore. But I do, I figured it out. Okay, so when we have traffic come in, we're gonna have traffic that comes in and they're going to, let's say we're just targeting a group, right? So we're gonna target, I don't know, Linda's not on, so I guess Pitbulls isn't, but let's say dog lovers by engaged shoppers. And that doesn't have to be as gigantic as it is. Hey, Chrissy, can you hear Cassandra singing in the background? Oh, sorry. If it's bugging you guys, just let me know. I'll tell her to go in the other room. It's just cracking me up. Okay, so this is kind of the way this, I've been using Adobe. So if anybody ever says Adobe and CorelDRAW are similar, they're not. Adobe products and Corel products are different. I can just do shapes better in CorelDRAW. So let's say that we're targeting them, and this is our target. It doesn't matter what your target is, okay? This could be anything, but this is going to be targeting people if they've never seen or been exposed to your brand before or your page. Here's the line tool. Here it is. Then they're going to be considered cold traffic. Okay, so what we do is we have to do something to warm them up. So this might be all of your traffic. This triangle is going to be all of your traffic. And what ends up happening is that you're going to warm them up to each stage. And as you warm them up, let's see if I did this right. I don't care. Yeah, okay, anyway, so we're going to do this without colors then. So we're going to say that this is your coldest traffic here. And these are the people that you have to kind of warm them up, right? Because otherwise, if you don't, they're going to cold traffic. This is going to be least likely to buy from you. Your buyers are going to be down here in your warm traffic. Now, some people get warmed up a lot faster. Cassandra, I am on a webinar. You know that.
I can't hear it.
Then go in the other room.
Okay, but it's charged in.
It's plugged in right now. Is there enough battery that you can go in the other room?
I don't think so.
I think you should try it anyway. Oh, she's decided that I'm too loud for her. So we have cold traffic, and then we try to warm them up into warm traffic, and then warm, and then we have this is called hot traffic. Now we've kind of talked a little bit about different ways that we can reach our traffic, but then we need to figure out ways that we can warm them up. So we're going to drive traffic, whether it's from Facebook ads or whatever, to a landing page, to somewhere. Now there's different ways that you can warm them up. One way is that this dog lovers buy engaged shoppers is really general, and we've talked about flex targeting, which this is a type of flex targeting, but there's more flex targeting than this. And Christy, I know you've done some training on this, so you know what I'm talking about here. The flex targeting is one way that you can try to target a warm audience. And that's when you have it like hyper focused, where you say, okay, well, instead of dog lovers, buy engaged shoppers, you might do like page X and then buy page Y, and that's in your Facebook advertising, right? Problem is that we're not all doing Facebook ads, and you can't really flex target. There are ways to do some flex targeting with Google ads and Bing ads and stuff, and that's usually by doing, let's say, geography is one way. So if you wanted to target a specific geographic region, you could. It's keywords. Keywords is a big thing. Now keywords, and this is where we'll also expand since we're mostly e-commerce people here right now. We can say, here, I'm actually going to take this off to the side so we can look back at this. So we could do a keyword, and this would be the same thing for Etsy. So we're going to go with buyers. Buyers are usually in the hot market. But what happens is that when they come, unless they're yours or unless they've just bought from you, that's the hottest buyer is somebody who's just purchased from you. And that's why funnels work really well. And that's why retargeting works really well, because that's your warmest audience. Now, if buyers can be, I'm going to put them right here, and the warm as well. And this is where Etsy and Amazon and eBay come in handy, because when somebody types in something with a keyword, and they're looking for that, they're already warmed up to buy. So they don't need to know your brand or anything else because they're going to a shopping channel. So because they're going there looking to buy something, they're already warmed up to buy. So all you need to do is kind of warm them up to your brand, and that we do that through our page and everything else. But there are lots of other ways to warm people up as well. So if somebody lands on your page and they're not ready to buy yet, so let's say they land on your page and they're like, well, I'm not ready to buy. Then we say, okay, fine. How about and this is where we've talked about this, either a pop-up, which I hate pop-ups. Everybody hates pop-ups. I don't know why they use them. But we could do like the social jacker widget where you offer something for free. Yeah, pop-ups, your favorite, Chrissy. Sure they are. So a discount, a free report, anything and then you get them to opt in, right? So they opt into your list. And when they opt into your list, That wasn't arrows. Oh, it's not arrows either. Here we go, arrow shapes. Right, so the free one opts into, that's when they opt into your list, and then you can then retarget them through email marketing. Right, so they opt into your email marketing list, and then you can then warm them up. So if they land on your page and they're cold or warm traffic, one of these two, and they're your normal page, not Etsy, obviously. Etsy would have other options. Then that you could do something where you put them into an email list and try to warm them up that way. Now, Chatmatic is another way, and this is where, you know, Joanne, you have been using a Facebook page to do this. And so I'm actually going to, so you have your Facebook post, and instead of directing them immediately to buy, you ask them a question. You do something where you engage them, right?
Correct.
And right, so that engagement, you're asking them to do something. So that engagement is warming them up. So I'm going to say, actually, I guess we could do this. Engagement equals warm, huh? We'll say equals warm up. Okay, so you're already warming them up. Now, it takes longer when you do engagement stuff to warm people up. But when you, like what you're doing is you're saying, so when they have a comment on the post, so you say, you know, comment, and then you reply to them. And then, so they have a comment, then you have a reply. And that reply should keep them going, should keep them through the warm-up cycle. So if we go back here, they're cold, you're warming them up for the comments. And like I said, this could be very long before you get down to them buying. It all varies. But you're going to put in something, you're not going to be able to hit every single customer with every single strategy. So you're just going to implement a strategy that helps warm them up and sends them back to your page. So because they're engaging with your page and they're warmer now, they've now engaged with your brand, and you've warmed them up enough to now give them something else. So your reply should then do something else for them. So either, you know, encourage another comment, or if it depends on, you know, where you're at in this warming up process. But you could reply, and this is where things like Chatmatic come in handy with, oh, you know, I'm glad, and it all depends on it. Let's just say that I'm doing cake decorating and we're doing the butterflies, right? So we're doing the butterflies and the cake decorating, and we're saying, hey, what do you guys think about this? Butterflies on cakes, what are they good for? What event are they good for? Comment below with the event that they're good for, and we'll send you a link to a discount, or we'll send you a survey, or we'll send you a quiz, whatever it is, right? So you're going to use that to engage the comment. You're going to say, hey, comment below, and I'm going to send you this reply. So when you reply, you're now giving them instructions and continuing the conversation, right? So instructions. Now, some people are going to fall off. They're not going to go past that. They're just going to be commenters that they didn't get past cold. And that's okay. That's just the way it is. And we'll go back to the whole, we've talked about this from Travis before, this 56-43 rule, where 56% of the people are not going to buy from you. 40% are primed to buy from someone, and 3% are ready to buy probably within the next 24 to 48 hours. Right, so that's our 56. We'll move that up so it's on all of our pages. Our 56-40 by 3. Now, we're going to have people that are just going to drop off then, right? So we've got that 56%, maybe even more. Some of these 40% aren't going to continue either. And the 3% may not even be ones that are engagers. So there's a whole bunch of variables in this, but just know that you're warming your traffic up when they see you. So they comment, you reply to them, and the way that these chatbots work is it's usually a private reply through Messenger, which is no longer considered Facebook Messenger. So it is a standalone entity. And then you're going to reply with some sort of instructions to keep them going in the funnel. And this is important because if you keep them going, you're going to continue warming them up. So this is where you send them something. Now, you can continue to engage and then link to product, right? Or you can continue, or you can just link to a product. The strategy that, why can I not remember their names? Dwight and Dingleberry 2. I don't know. Whatever the names are. Ken. I should probably write that down because he's the guy I can never remember. I remember Dwight's name. So Dwight and Ken, they talked about is they say, oh yeah, pick a number between 1 and 100, and the first person that guesses it right wins. Well, I mean, there's no way to control that, right? I mean, none. So that's just something to get people to pick it. That's actually the kind of stuff that Facebook's trying to go away from. They don't want you just comment baiting, essentially. That is a type of comment bait. But you could say comment, tell us what your favorite color is below, and we'll send you a link to enter into this, which, by the way, is a sweepstakes. I was doing some research on it. It's a sweepstakes to win this item. So it's not really a contest. It's actually a sweepstakes. And the main difference between that, by the way, is a contest means that somebody has to compete in order to win, whereas a sweepstakes is just random picking. So that's the difference between the two. And so it's really a sweepstakes. And when they do that, what they're doing is they're just, whatever they comment, they just reply with a link to their opt-in page. So the idea is that they have really cold traffic. I mean, they're basically doing this. They're doing cold. They're opting in super cold traffic. I mean, because they're, especially what they showed us, the license stuff. So they're opting in as super cold traffic. And what that does is that decreases conversions for purchases because they're not warming up their buyers. So instead of just saying, oh, hey, pick a number and you might win, what you do is you engage them with the topic, which this is where it comes in handy. So you engage them with the topic. I'm going to move this back out. Oops. Helps if I click the right button. So you engage them with the topic, and then you warm them up towards that. Okay, you know what? You're taking this quiz. So let's say that, let's go with pit bulls. Okay, so let's say that you are on your pit bull fan page. Sorry, I know Linda's not on right now, but I can't help it. This is the one that pops in my head the easiest. Dogs are easy to do. So you're a pit bull fan and you're on your pit bull page and you're like, oh, hey, let's take this quiz. Comment below to take and let us know how many pit bulls you have. And, so they say the number that they have, 0 to whatever, it doesn't matter. So whatever they say, or comment below and let us know how many pit bulls you have and take a quiz to show off your pit bull knowledge. So now what you do, and you don't have to do it this way, you could do it any way you want to. This is just an example. So when they comment, now you can continue the engagement. So they comment and you have instructions that say, hey, so you actually comment with instructions. Comment below and we're going to send you the link to a quiz, basically, is what you're going to do. So when your reply is, oh, hey, thanks so much for participating. Do you want to take the quiz? And this is where we're going to talk about this other concept, and I've kind of briefly alluded to this before. It's called micro yeses. It's something Onik talks about all the time. He talks about getting the micro yes. And what happens is that the more you get, it's a subconscious thing, and this is a psychological marketing tool, where the more you get them to say yes and that positiveness towards what you're doing, the more you warm them up. So they're more likely to buy from somebody, and this has worked. I've watched this. I've watched going into a webinar, specifically with Onik. He is very good at this, where I'm like, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just going to get the knowledge. And by the end of it, I'm like, I want to buy everything. I mean, and I'm like, I knew going into it, I'm like, I am not going to buy this. I'm just going to watch it. And he always gives great information, everything. That's why I watch it. And then by the end of it, I'm like, oh yeah, I totally want this, because along the way, he got me to say yes to key questions, and those micro yeses added up. And you're still gonna have jerks that are like, I'm never gonna buy anything ever because I'm just weird like that. But when you are trying to warm people up to this, all they have to do is, if you get a couple micro yeses, that could be one, right? That could be one. So you could have a comment on a Facebook page that says, hey, comment below and let us know how many dogs you have, and we'll send you a link to a quiz. Right? So then the quiz says, or comment below to see, I'm trying to think of how to do it with Facebook. All of these things have changed, so there's a little bit of variation to it now. But you have to tell them that you're going to give them a reply through, you're going to give them a reply when they comment. So you would say something to the gist of, comment, and you should really say what. Comment, you don't want to make it long either. So you just comment me below to and we'll send you a quiz to test your knowledge of pit bulls. Now they don't, you can set it up, and I was kind of showing this a little bit on Monday for those who are on the Monday ones, that you can set it up so even if they don't say me, even if they say yes or quiz or anything else, that it can still do it. But if you could trigger it so they just have to say me, right? And then what you do is you send them either a link, you can send them a link, or you can continue to engage them with the quiz, right? So that's where Chatmatic comes in handy. And this is the difference between, I don't want to say the difference between, I don't know anything about ManyChat, so we're not going to talk about that. ManyChat could have a ton of stuff on it, but we're going to come back in, if I can find it, and go to this Chatmatic one here. And I think I'm going to cancel this one since it's not saving, right? Yeah, I'm getting, I think I'm timing it out is what I'm doing, but regardless, yes, I don't mind losing my changes. So let's go into, I need to test these new pages. So let's test this protect my data one again. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to, we've got this trigger up right here. So let's pretend that they're going to take a quiz. And actually, let me set up a real quick quiz. So this is how easy Chatmatic is, right? I'm going to set up just a quick quiz. It's going to be basically 2 questions. The first one I want, and the reason why I want them to engage with me, by the way, is so that, and through Chatmatic, is so I can retarget them. So even though, let me go back to this just to show you the flow again. So even though I have them, they're cold, I've engaged them into my comments, comment below, I've warmed them up a little bit. I'm going to continue to warm them up, even if it's just a little bit, with the engagement, right? Now, this is where I think Dwayne and Ken miss the mark, is that they send them immediately, they send them a link, and then they send them off to their opt-in page, and then they basically retarget them with email marketing. That's fine. The problem with that is, and their whole strategy is super complex compared to what you could do, but what the problem with that is that now you're relying on email to constantly retarget them. And with Chatmatic, at least, you have the capability to go in and tell them that, hey, I want to re-engage these people within 24 hours. You can send an additional marketing message within 24 hours after the initial contact with you, actually within their last contact with you for that matter. So there are ways that you can send out what they call a broadcast message within 24 hours and remind them of, oh, hey, you know what, you liked this or you were interested in this. Did you get a chance to check it out? Did you get, and there's going to be a lot of things. This is still building. Chatmatic's still building. So there's some features that aren't out quite yet, but I believe that one is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start our first engagement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after they say, so comment, and I think I told you this on Mondays, that comments and then engagement flows, they're actually separate. So you have to think about how they enter. So if they comment, and then you could either send them a link to the survey or to the quiz, or you could do a keyword trigger. So let's do a link. So we're just going to do general, and I'm going to build it. Oh, whoops, I need to name it. We're going to go with test quiz. Okay, that was from last one. Oh, so that's where it broke down, was 3B1C. Yeah, it timed out. So, okay, so test quiz is going to be number 1. Now, we're going to ask them in the first one if they want to take comment quiz to take the quiz. So no, that would be a keyword trigger. So let's go back. Sorry, I've got to think this out. The comments just started working today, so I haven't been able to do it yet. So we're going to go with this one, and we're going to call it quiz. So we're going to do a keyword trigger. So they're going to say, and the keyword is going to be quiz. So we're going to build it, and you can do multiple keywords here, obviously. But we're going to say if they take a quiz, we're going to give them a question, right? So we're going to do question 1. We'll just leave it as 1, and we're going to do an image. I'm going to do an image. Now you can do down here. They've got an image card. So this is where you can do a headline and then a description. This is very limited. And that's great if that's all you want to do is show a quick image. But since we're going to be asking them some questions, actually, I'm going to do an image first, and then I'm going to do my text separate. So let's upload an image, and we're going to go with, I wonder if I have data breaches in here. I have a whole thing that I'm working on doing one for a quiz on this, but I was looking for a good picture. Here we go. Here's one. And so let's just do that one. How many, and I don't know the answer to this one. So how many data breaches, what now, what recent, we'll go when was the most, now that's going to change too much. We'll just say how many data breaches. That's spelled wrong, obviously. Over the past 10 years. So now I can enter some stuff. We're going to say 10, which that looks like more than 10 anyway. So maybe I'll say 50. And then I'm going to send a new message. I can say 100. I'm going to send a new message. Or I could say, just tell me. Now for me, now you can make each one of these different, right? So you could actually have them answer. You could actually ask them a question, say, how many, or how much do you pay for, identity theft, right? And then have them answer that. And then based on what they answer, you can have different responses. But I'm just going to keep it clean, and I'm just going to have them answer this one question. And then for each one, it's going to be the exact same response, right? So now I have 3 for these. And if I wanted to see which ones were which, like if I wanted to answer one for 50, I'd just say edit next message, and it would take me that one. And I could say, I can name this, answer to 50 if I wanted to. But since it's going to be the same, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put 2 in here for each one of them. So I know that I'm on my second question, or my second part, because this one I could have named as question 1. So this, for part 2, I'm going to give them another image. And like I said, you could use a carousel if you wanted to, and you could like highlight a couple different, I think up to 7. I think you have 7 different ones, and it'll be something you could scroll through. So for e-commerce, this is great, right? So if you got to the last one and you wanted to show off like 5 shirts or 5 different Pitbull products, you could. So that's what is really nice about the carousel one, is that it gives you an opportunity to get multiple ones at the same time in front of people. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually do image first, and then I'm going to do a text. And then I'm going to upload an image of, now of course you do this way better, but here we go. Here's another one. And then my text message is going to be, all right, that's a trick question. There are many reported, and the number increases regularly. The number one reason for data breaches, the number one way of a data breach is hacker. That's right. No matter how hard you work, you can't protect your, make sure you have identity theft with, Chrissy, what's it called? What's the one called that they respond to it? Do they have a special name for that? If you remember, because obviously, well, on the identity theft protection, so you've got identity theft protection, but then if like your wallet's stolen or your identity theft is taken, or your identity is taken, thieved, then they have to respond to it. I'll say with response support. I don't know. This obviously isn't going to be going out to anybody, so it's not that important. Now I know it jumbles it all back up. I think when it sends it out, it breaks it up. That's the way it used to do it. And like I said, this stuff has just changed, so it's, who knows, today it could work, tomorrow it could be broken. This is not Chatmatic's fault. This is all Facebook. Facebook's been doing a lot of stuff. So now on this button, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them to the landing page, right? So I'm going to say the open URL. And in this case, I don't have a page for this, so I'm just going to send it to resecurity.solutions.com for now. just to, oops, that's not what I wanted. I want to, yeah, I know. Well, yeah, okay, you can help me with the marketing on this when we get that far. So I'm going to open the URL to www.resecurity.solutions.com. Okay, so this button text right here is not, I don't want to say sign up. I don't want to say buy now. Well, you could say buy now. Buy now would be a good one for e-commerce. So in this case, learn more. That's another one that's kind of scary to people. There's a whole list of them. So you want to find ones that are higher converting. And we can talk about copywriting another time, or you can just take the copywriting class. That's the free boot camp from Learn and learn a lot of this. It's funny that their name is Learn and they say not to use Learn, but it's spelled L-U-R-N. All right, and if you aren't part of that, which I think everybody on here is, then the link is in the K&K group. And then contact me if you're not in the K&K group, because so far everybody in this one is. So we're going to say get info now. We're going to say that for this purposes. All right, so then I'm going to copy this, and I'm actually going to use this for every single one of my responses. All right, so I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do image and text. This one's going to be image and text, and I'm going a little fast on this because we don't have time to go through all of it, and you can do it whatever way is more comfortable to you. So I'm going to upload that same image, data breaches, and then upload data breaches. And then I'm going to go back and add my button, say get info now. And save my changes. And you can obviously have up to three buttons here, by the way. And so you can have, 3 different options to say, hey. And in fact, I used to do this where I would say yes or no. I would never put no. Now, I was thinking about that because even when it came over, I'm going, man, that's a bummer that they said no. And it was on my test ones. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like seeing no. I'm like, how about not right now? Or like if somebody comes in and they're like looking for the quiz, you'd say, and this is a keyword trigger that they should be looking for. You could have one that starts off that saying, are you looking for the quiz? Yes, or not right now, or yes, or something else. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this, and Travis has a lot of different methods that he recommends for it, but this is just if they're doing the keyword trigger. So now I'm going to go back to my, I'm going to save and complete. Better freaking work because I'm gonna get really mad. Okay, so the workflow is created. So now I have this engagement already built, and it's a keyword engagement. So now I'm gonna have I have my data to the trigger. So now I'm gonna say, great. Thanks for your interest in the quiz. To start the quiz and verify that's what you really want to do, reply with the word is. So I'm going to save that trigger. So now, Facebook, oh, it's gonna be over here. So my trigger was data on this one, right? So let's see if it'll, I'm actually need to reply as myself, not as my page. I'm gonna say, now the only problem with this is that it's gonna take 15 minutes to show, probably before I get the message. And that's assuming that it'll work since I've already commented on here. But if I do, as long as I set it up right, then what happens is that I'll say data, and then about 15 minutes to 45 minutes. That's the current rate right now that it's taking. And nobody knows why. It used to be instant, but something Facebook did is made it so there's a delayed trigger. And that might be because they're now scanning the responses. I don't know. But if they are, then that's what they're waiting for, is to do. So you want to test this anyway. So now when they reply, within 15 to 45 minutes, they should get a response, and that response will be Thanks for your interest in the quiz. To start the quiz and verify that's what you really want to do, reply with the word quiz. Now I'm going to make this faster. So I'm going to, I wonder if I can do that with myself. Can I message the page? So much easier if you could actually have 2 accounts on this. See, I think it's because it's showing it to me as me. I don't know if it's going to be that easy to do. But theoretically, I could send myself a message. I wonder if I could do this. Still not helping. New message. 2. That doesn't like that. Not Scott. Okay, Chrissy, you need to get on Facebook. Oh, yeah. Okay, so actually I can show you guys this. This is another way you could do it now that I'm messed it all up. So you have an m.me. If you go into your settings, page info. Told you each one of these are different. Oh yeah, settings on this one is up here. So then you could go into your messenger platform and you can get your m.me link. So that's actually what I probably need to do is just go in through the m.me link. Where did it go? General settings. Here we go. So I'm going to copy this link, and then when I go in here, I can actually say a new message. Oh, actually, I could just type it in right here, right there, right? So m.me is actual the link. So now it's going to open the messenger from my messenger into the page, and now I should be able to have to get started, and then I'm going to say the word quiz.
Hear this?
And we're waiting just a second. Wait, did I just message myself? That doesn't help if I message myself. No, this is me. This is me. Why is it not working? And this is why you want to test everything, by the way. So anyway, when it does work, and this could be another delay on their part, is that it will send you the quiz then. And maybe that's because it's not capitalized. Actually, that's probably exactly what it was. So you want to put in variations when you do your keywords. Yep, there it goes. So now the quiz comes up. And then now when they take the quiz, you know, how many data breaches have occurred over the past 10 years? I'm going to go with 50. And then it's going to tell me exactly what I put in there. So it gives me the picture, and then it says, all right, there's a trick question. There are many reported, and the number in Cassandra, please go in the other room. That's very cool. Cassandra, please.
I want to see how I do it.
I do see you doing it. Okay. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I know. I love you.
Thank you.
Okay, please go in the other room. Thank you.
I got it on. It was saying
Now. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I mean, I thought this was pretty cool when I saw it. So now I've warmed them up a little bit more, and now I've said, okay, now you need identity theft. Get the info on it now. And then they click that, and it'll take it to the link that I told them to. And there you go. So that's a really good way to warm people up more. And that's why I think that Dwight and Ken really missed the boat on this, because they could go in and say, instead of saying guess 0 to 500, they could go in there and they could say something else like, you know, they could ask a question like, how many touchdowns does so-and-so have, or whatever. I don't even know if they're doing football, but whatever they're doing, they could ask a sports related question, and now they're going to get the people that are a little bit more hardcore anyway. So they're warming up their audience, and they're even hyper targeting the people who are more likely to do the Google search or to know the information. So that's another great way to help warm up the audience and increase those conversions. So that's what I like about Chatmatic. And like I said, now unfortunately, Chatmatic, the subscribers is the second somebody comes into your subscription platform. This is where subscribers is a little confusing. Let's go back to the page. Let's go to any page. So a subscriber is if they comment on your post and you have an auto reply to the comment, that is not a subscription. It is not until they go beyond that. So if they type that keyword, because you've sent them a message into Messenger, the second they type that keyword quiz, they send anything to your inbox, they are now a subscriber. So that's where 250 subscribers come in. Now there's other ways that you can get people to come in, and this is where there's a combination on Chatmatic. You've got multiple entry points, and I highly recommend that you go through Travis's training on this. That he's got a free training that's part of the sign up process. He goes over entry points. Like, so right now he's got a landing page. This is where you'd have people sign up for just subscriptions. And we had this in the old Chatmatic as well. So where they have a landing page and you can have them come here and say, yes, I want to sign up for notifications. You cannot have them sign up for marketing notifications. You may not get in trouble for it right now, but eventually they anticipate that this will be one way where you can get in trouble for it. Now you could sign up for our weekly newsletter, and on your newsletter you highlight 5 products or 2 products or 3 products where you highlight the benefits and the features of them and just talk about it, but it's more of a soft sell than it is a hard sell. That's technically still marketing, but it's still allowed. So it's more like content stuff, and that's what Facebook wants, is content. Then you've got the scan code and the m.me links. Now those are kind of fun. So scan code is anything that's written. And I think I've showed you guys this before, but like each one of our pages has a scan code. But what's nice with Chatmatic is that you can create like 500,000 scan codes if you wanted to. So like I have a couple of campaigns going on for RE Security Solutions, and I've got a scan code for it where it takes them to a survey. Now that's the one dilemma with the surveys, that you set the survey up, and like I did it for the keyword trigger, but theoretically we could do the keyword trigger to give the link to the survey, or you could do like a half a dozen different things, right? And I'm still kind of working out that process to streamline that. But ideally, when you have scan code, that's for written stuff. So if you wanted to, in this case, we're putting door hangers out, or flyers, or if you wanted to put one on a business card that you're handing out or something like that, that's when scan codes come in handy, is when it's printed. Now the m.me links, same thing. So I showed you an m.me link to open up the general messenger, but now what can happen is that instead of getting started, when I hit get started, and instead of it being where it was nothing, you can have it so that your page has an auto message anyway through Facebook. But what I can do is that this get started is based on the m.me link that they use. And Chatmatic will create different m.me links. So for example, that same scan code where they go into a survey for RE Security Solutions, I have an m.me link that also goes into the exact same survey. So now I can track if they're coming in through the m.me link or they're coming in through the scan code. That means that I can use the exact same survey on written material and from websites. And it's really nice because if people don't happen to have a smartphone, they could still go in through Messenger and take the quiz and get whatever the end result is, the quiz or the survey or whatever it is. So this is a neat way to combine all different levels of technology. So if there's somebody physical, and even if they don't, like I have, mine's a scan code, but I also have a short code where I've taken the m.me link, just like I did with Etsy, right? Put it into a short code in my pretty links. So instead of it being m.me / blah, 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 and in fact, I'll show you guys exactly how long it is. It's ridiculously long. So this must be the m.me link right here, right? Edit. No, that's just the security quiz. So it's the campaign. So here's the m.me link. So I'm going to copy this to the clipboard, and I'm going to show you guys how long this is. but they need it to be this long just so that. So that's what it is, right? You wouldn't want to give somebody that and expect them to type it in. So what I did is instead I changed it into, and I can make this bigger. All right, so I changed that into resecurity-solutions.com/survey. Now, obviously, if you have a shorter name or something, but this was, I was branding this, right? So that's why I kept it resecurity-solutions.com, and now it's /survey. So if somebody types that in, it will open up Messenger, ask them to log in if they aren't logged in. But when it'll have the get started usually. And this one, because I've already opened it, there's no get started. But this one says you open this conversation with m.me/blah blah blah. But it gave this instead of the get started, instead of the nothing, right? It gave the first part of my survey. And so now it jumped them straight into the survey. So and that's what I told them they would do. Here, to go to this link, you'll be able to take the survey. And at the end of the survey, they can get a free 3-day, 2-night hotel voucher. So that's what I did with that. And yeah, so that was that telling me. It was just the message coming in through it. I still have not gotten that other message yet. Has it been 15 minutes? Probably not. And I said it could be up to 45 minutes, so we may not even see the comment reply back. I did test it earlier, and you'll see here. So I tested it earlier, and it came through. So this one came through. Now, Protect My Data is a new page, so that's what I'm testing right now. So I'll have to tell you guys if in the next hour or so it comes through or not. But at least that's a good sign that it's coming through. You can do this. Where am I? The m.me links and the all of these campaigns. So the landing page, the scan code, the m.me links, you can do those regardless of the chatbot, of the comment trigger. Now I know, Joanne, you were specifically looking at comment triggers, but what you could do to continue it if the comment trigger won't work is you could say, oh, thanks so much for your comment. If you were trying to encourage them to do the quiz, you could say comment blah, blah, blah to get the link to the quiz. And instead of, I know you still have to do it manually if the comment triggers won't work, but you could reply with the link to the quiz instead. And then somebody else doesn't necessarily have to comment to get it, though, if you leave it public. But you can do a private message to them, too. So like when somebody comments on a post, which this is a bad example. So when somebody comments on a post on here, you could always just, instead of sending it to them public, which is great that you're doing that. Like I said, I think that there is some definite benefit, but you could always message them instead and say, oh, thanks so much for your comment. Here's the link to the quiz that you wanted or whatever, right? And so you could send them the private message without that, and then the link wouldn't be there. So people would still have to comment to get the link. And that's the whole point of that because you want those comments. So keeping it private to give them something. Right now, the way you have it set up is great for engagement, but it doesn't continue to warm them up. So that's what I was just expanding on that. I still like what you're doing. I just wanted to give you additional steps on that. Did that all make sense?
Yeah, can you go over one more time a quick summary of the m.me link? Why would I use that?
Well, okay, so the m.me link would be external. It's Facebook and Messenger are technically two different platforms. So even though Messenger is in Facebook, right, and that's where it started from, is in Facebook, that's its own platform. So when somebody comments and you message them through Messenger, which is okay to do, that's not the same platform. And so what you would have to do is you'd have to pull them back out in some way. One way you can do that, whether it's on Facebook or on your own page, like you could have your own m.me link on your own page, right? So let's say that I was going to do, let's go back to the campaigns that exist. Oh, and actually I have that. Let's just say that I was going to go into a page here. Let's go into RE Security Solutions page so I don't screw up the Baker's one that I'm working on. I could do like an advertisement on my page or in my post. Let's say that I was doing content and I wanted to go ahead and promote that post. So I can go into my pages and I could add that in somewhere. All right, so I'm going to go with the camera systems one. And of course, this would be the call to action if you wanted to encourage it. And you can say, you know, take this quiz and get a hotel voucher for 3 days, 2 nights from, just leave it like that. And then I could, you know, highlight this and go to, and so now, I'm gonna go ahead and if I view the page. Now this is my website, and I could easily, oh, that link didn't work. Why didn't it work? That was me, obviously. I must have not saved it correctly. Link. Let's just do it this way then. www.re security solutions /survey. And I'm going to open the link in a new browser. Add link. Probably didn't add link. I probably did it wrong. So I've updated it. Now I'm going to view the page again. Yeah, so there it goes. So now that's a hyperlink, right? That m.me is a hyperlink straight into the survey.
From your website.
From my website, yep.
Okay, that was the answer I was like, okay.
I wanted to show it. It's more dramatic when it's shown.
No, that's cool. No, that's good. I just, because I'm taking notes, so that was a nice quick, okay. There was another question.
You could put that anywhere, right? You could literally, if you didn't have a website, which I know we all do, but if you didn't have a website, you could push all of your traffic just to your different m.me links to bring people in and interact with them and then point them where you want them to go or try to sell them something. But the great thing about that now is that, like, somebody took the survey and now within 24 hours, I could send them, I could go back in here and I could say, is that what I want? I want a broadcast message, right? So I'm going to start building. Oops, I need a flow name. Follow-up quiz. I could say start building. And then I'm going to, this is a broadcast message within 24 hours. Now it's going to ask me more information from this later, but I'm going to say, I would do it much prettier than this, but I'm going to put the image and then I'm going to, let's find something. We'll just put that in there. Did you have any additional questions? If you haven't had a chance to get your free security assessment, click below. Now, I'm going to tell you the copy that I'm doing right now is not strong copy. And then I could reopen that URL to whatever I made it. This is with having it all in one place, which eventually I'm going to shift to Click Perfect for all my forwarding links. But for now, so that's the survey, and this is security opt-in, free assessment, and vacation voucher. So we'll do this one. So if they haven't opted in yet, I could retarget them to opt in now. Right, so I'm going to say save. Now there's going to be another.
Bye, Chrissy.
Oh, bye, Chrissy. Thanks. Yeah, so now I can say, I save and continue, and I say this is a marketing message. This is a message intended to promote a product of some kind. It's only allowed to be sent for 24 hours after someone last engaged your page. So I'm going to add it. User is subscribed to a campaign. And I'm going to do this one. Yeah, so they don't have the time yet. So I wouldn't actually want this anyway. They don't have that. He doesn't have that built in yet. Eventually what'll happen is that you can say that this can be sent. You could automatically schedule it to be sent every, 23 hours afterwards. So that's not built in yet. I thought maybe it was, but it's not. So we're going to actually not worry about that one. I'm going to delete it. he says not scheduled. I'm going to leave it. And then I'm going to ask him for sure. But anyway, so that's the way you can retarget them before, so let's say you are doing a product and you're doing, a Pitbull shirt, you've walked them through the funnel, they made it all the way through the quiz, and then they went to the page or they didn't buy or whatever. I mean, there's going to be some way that we're going to have to tag them as either purchasing or not purchasing. And then we can, or even still, you can retarget, hey, did you get a chance to, or let's say they did it, and then 23 hours later, you're like, thanks so much for taking the quiz yesterday. I wanted to just share this 15% off of our shop. And now you send them back to your shop page or to your main selling product or whatever it is that you choose. So you at least have that way to retarget them through Messenger, which I'll tell you, I've tested this, and email opens, we'll be lucky if we get 20 to 30%. Realistically, 10 to 15%. 20% is probably average for most people. Even Dwight and Ken were saying that they were getting 38% opens. Messenger has like a 98% open rate. So having even though you only get one follow-up message, there's a lot of ways you could tweak that and go, even if you were doing the entries. Oh, would you like another entry? Take this quiz. Now they're in the quiz. The next day you get to retarget them with something. So there's a lot of different ways where you can use it to engage them, warm them up a little bit more, and then offer them something. And, engage them, warm them up, offer them something. Engage them, warm them up, offer them something. Like I said, I don't know if the other platforms do it as complex as this one does. And like ManyChat has a lot more chat comment options right now because Chatmatic kind of got screwed a little bit with Facebook changing all their stuff. But, you got to take what you can. But like I said, this one's free for up to 250 subscribers. There is a way you can go in and delete subscribers if you really don't want to pay for it past the 250. And then the comment replies don't count as a subscriber. So it's a great thing to play with and at least cut your teeth on. Again, the only problem is if you do have people in your subscription base, then you lose them if you change platforms. But, I go back to that whole broadcast message stuff is if you're broadcast messaging them, unless you're doing content marketing on a regular basis, I don't see where you're going to broadcast to them regularly. You need to warm them back up anyway, because if you just blind send them hey, we have a sale going on right now, it's going to make people mad. So instead, what you do is you engage in a content marketing if people sign up for content marketing, or you can, retarget them, send them, if they've opened up Messenger things and left them open, you can send a Messenger ad to them later. And there's a lot of different opportunities to help warm them up and see if they see that. And some people, the Messenger ad, it's kind of new, but if you've already warmed them up to your brand and you send them a Messenger ad, they're going to be more open to that Messenger ad now that because look, I've had a conversation with them before. I've engaged with them before, because it keeps that history in their Messenger. So it's like, oh, look, I know them, and they're going to be warmed up to it anyway. So if you're going to be running an ad on Facebook, might as well do it to people who are a little bit more warmed up to you than people who are completely cold. I mean, there is room for cold audiences, but yeah.
Okay, so Chatmatic is now working correctly with Facebook. Is that what you're saying as well?
I'm saying it looks like the comments are back. I don't know about new pages. I'm still waiting to see if that one's going to come through. Ooh, did I shut down Facebook? That's not helpful.
Is that the comments we were trying to do last Monday night?
Right. And the baker's page that I did go through, but that was an existing page. So I don't know about new pages, but it takes 15 to 45 minutes. So and some people are saying, oh yeah, sometimes it takes an hour and a half before it sends. So there's something on Facebook's end. And then other people are saying, yeah, 10 people replied, half of them got responses and half of them didn't. So it's still kind of glitchy right now, but that's not because of Chatmatic. That's because of Facebook. So, I mean, it's not probably 100% solution right this second, but this would be a good thing to look at to help, because the way you did it is great because it's the public one, and you may want to continue doing that until, you get too tired of doing that.
Well, I'm pretty tired of doing it. I am so exhausted. I'm just so tired of doing it.
Right. Well, that's what makes the chat bots helpful too. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that is that if you really want to warm somebody up, you need to engage them a lot. Mm-hmm. And if you're engaging a lot of people a lot, that's a lot of time. So that's where the software comes in handy, is that, okay, I don't have time to sit down, or how much how much money are you losing or how much momentum are you losing in other areas because you're spending all of your time replying to people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the chatbots come in handy.
And I have another question. Do you have a Facebook store? Because I'm noticing when some people have like use. I'm sorry. I am so tired right now. I'm having trouble thinking. When they answer and reply or put a post, there's these little boxes at the bottom of their thing saying that, like, they'll show a picture of an image of their products, and then, or a couple images of their products. And I can't remember if it's posts or if it's comments. I want to say I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Help me out here.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So like you can tag, so like if I wanted to put a post in here that was mine that said, I could say, wow, check out this item. Okay, obviously you wouldn't say that, but I could tag a product and then I could pick the products from my shop that are in here.
So you do have to have a Facebook shop to do that.
Yes, and there is a way to do it with Trex, but it's manual, very manual, and I refuse to do it. So that's where I was saying that there's some benefits to having it connected to having. Oops, that's not what I meant. I want to exit it. To like mine, this one I have it. The reason I have a shop is because it's connected to Shopify. Right. This one, same thing with EP Laser. I mean, because I have that, and it makes it so that I think they don't penalize you if you do it through this shop. So let me actually, and I don't know for sure. I don't have any followers on the other one, but like if you were to,
worth setting up a Facebook store then?
Yeah, if you want to do it and send it back to your Trex one, yeah. Oh, in fact, Chrissy's off now, but there's actually a way to get Etsy onto from your Etsy shop onto here through an add-on, some sort of, I can't remember if we did a website add-on or if we did a Facebook add-on. So we'll have to ask her on that maybe she can show that to us sometime. She can't, Monday's tough for her because she's got her kids have baseball at that time. So we may have to just get her to help us with another day. But that was actually, we just talked about that earlier today about going over connecting our Etsy shop to the Facebook. So there's a Facebook shop, but it's not in shop. So I don't know if it works the same way. So we'll have to see.
Okay, so I have to look into putting up a Facebook store. Is there a charge? Because then I can bring my Etsy. Well, not that my Etsy's any. I mean, it was an experiment. But should I bring my? I mean, is there a charge for Facebook store?
No. The charge is going to be like if you have to pay for some sort of connection, like I'm guessing that there's going to be a WordPress plugin for Facebook shop.
Oh.
Yeah, Facebook store WordPress plugins. So if you have WooCommerce shop to Facebook. Remember I told you WooCommerce is very helpful as a plugin.
Yeah,
so
I didn't go with that one because I don't know it. I didn't bother.
Yeah, WooCommerce, it's actually pretty easy to use, but there is some complex elements to it that you have to. It's not complex. It's just you have to learn it. But and most of the ones that are going to be like this that are going to be shop related are going to be related to WooCommerce because WooCommerce is the dominant WordPress shop. But you could just type in. This is only showing me two. Just when I've actually had to go in here and come up with different terminologies to find more. So WordPress.org may only have two in theirs, but like they have Facebook for e-commerce. So just go in and put in your. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, and then you look at this one says WordPress 2016. Then here's one that's 2017. So you might even want to check out and see. This one's still WooCommerce though. That was what I was running into.
I wonder if I should just switch to WooCommerce. I've already redone my website 3 times. This is why it's not ready.
Well,
so what the heck's one more time? I only have one product on there. Huh?
What shopping cart are you using? Just
PayPal.
The PayPal button?
Yeah, it's you know what I did? I bought a I guess it was a plugin from AliExpress. And when I was setting it up, it just said, what's your PayPal and so I just used that. Now they do have the WooCommerce, but I didn't set that one up because I don't know. I just ended up using one of the other ones they suggested, Michelangelo or Da Vinci or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, I would just do some Google searches.
Is there a charge for WooCommerce?
No.
Free like everything else on WordPress.
Well, I mean, there's paid things, but I'm pretty sure I have WooCommerce is free. I'm pretty sure. They have like paid versions of stuff, but yeah, it's a free e-commerce plugin. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I may change it. But yeah, it seems like they just use. They just asked what my PayPal sign on was. So I'm assuming that's it. Yeah. I haven't really, like I said, I've changed it 3 times. I haven't even had time to work on it. It's Facebook, and again, I'm not complaining. It's what, hon?
I said because you're replying to all those comments.
Literally, it's taking me hours and hours and hours. You don't even know how many hours. It's insane. This is all I have time for. And I go in and I hit a few Pinterests because I'm trying to keep my momentum up on that. And over the last 2 days, because the comments have increased so much, my analytics on Pinterest has been going down. But anyway, it's just.
Yeah, now you're starting to see the benefit of software, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and what we could do is, my sister and I were talking about this. I'm like, I have, as an alpha member for Chatmatic, I get 10 licenses. So once people reach 200, so I might be able to do something where, like, for a month or two, I can carry you guys over as long as I have an open license. Because I'm going to eventually start working with other companies that, need help with that, and I'll be charging them. So I'll have to use those licenses for them. But until then, you have to add me as an admin, and then you could always take over the license at some point, after a couple months or something, after you've built it up. So when you get to 250 subscribers, you'd have to add me as an admin so I can add my license onto it. And then you can keep it for free for a little bit longer because I have 10 licenses.
Okay, and we could try it. You sure you're able to cancel them? Because I've gotten into that kind of stuff where I've done it for, like, one of my customers. I've put them on, and then they're like, nope, you can only have 10, even if you cancel that or no longer have that website. That just used one of your licenses.
No,
so you better check on that.
No, I already did. He already covered that. It's fine. We can apply it because it's the 10 licenses an agency level. So agencies will add and take people off all the time. So he set it up to be agency friendly. But yeah, no, I get that whole, it's the same thing like with Microsoft. They're like, once you've activated the license, you're kind of screwed. Yeah. So I get that, but no, with Chatmatic, it's not like that. It's different. If you buy a single license, that's the way it is. It's a single license applies to that page. Once you cancel that license, you can't move it to somebody else. But if you buy the 10 pack, which is what he gave a 10 pack to the alpha members, then we can use it as an agency does, and we can apply and take it off as needed.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that offer, and we'll see if I ever get a chance to check that out. But it would help me with my comments, we're saying, correct?
Yeah, assuming comment triggers ever freaking work, yeah. But like I said, I still haven't gotten a notification. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I just got a message. I got a message from the new page, so I bet it's going to work.
Woo, woo.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so I would say definitely, I posted the link in the Facebook group. So since we don't have anybody that's not in K&K. Yeah, in the K&K group. If you just Chatmatic. Let's see. Okay, maybe I didn't. I just saw it a second ago. In fact, I just tagged Chrissy in it. So let's go back to the discussion real quick. I just literally tagged Chrissy in it right here. So this is the, in fact, that's funny that didn't show up. So it's this April 9th one. So it should be pretty much to the top because I tagged Chrissy in it and told her that if she goes through this link that she can sign up for it for free, and it'll go to, you can get to 250 subscribers for free. And then, like I said, at some point he's going to close down the upfront free access, but it's not going to be until he builds. So then it'll just be by referral at some point. But this link will get you into the right spot. I don't know how else to get there except for through this link.
I thought join the free 0500. Oh,
yeah, that's just the boot camp part. But when you join the boot camp, it gets you the free access to it. Oh, except for he did say there may be a delay in syncing it, so you have to try. He said there's a couple of people that are reporting that they aren't part of Chatmatic yet, because I thought you did sign up for this one.
I did, and the problem is then it says you have to get somebody else to sign up so you can get the rest of them. I only got one, but I haven't had time to listen to that either. But I'm like, oh, am I going to get to sign up so I can get access to the rest of them? It says, so then I was going to sign up with a different.
Okay, well, you can try to go to live.chatmatic.com and see if it'll let you just oh, well, I'm logged in, so it doesn't help. But when you are not logged in, it'll just has a button that says sign in with Facebook. You can try to see if it'll let you do that. He said that there's been some people who were not already connected to it that were trying to get in and it wasn't allowing it. So who knows if that'll work or not. But that's the live.chatmatic.com is the site to get in for that.
Live.chatmatic.com?
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Live.chatmatic.com. Okay.
Yeah, I'm logged into it right now, so I can't show you what it will look like. There it is. I was looking to see where I was logged in at. So let's actually log out.
I'm trying right now. Let's see what happens. Chatmatic login. Login with Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, and you just click that button, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Okay, let me try. Error.
Nope. Yeah, so you might have to give it like a day or something. So go back in through that boot camp and see if, because he said it's not unique to like you or not having enough referrals or anything else. It's not that at all. He said lots of people are reporting that issue. So that's something that just changed today. So more than likely that'll get fixed within the next, hopefully 24 hours or so.
Okay.
But that's how you get to it.
All right, and I figure worst case scenario, I could sign up under a different email that I have. And make it look
to give yourself referral. Yeah, I mean the other option is that I think the same thing is that you still have to be able to get in. I say even if you can't, then I should be able to add your page, but you should still be able to get in through that live.chatmatic.com. So like I said, that's not because of referrals, that's because of whatever that glitch is that Facebook did some change overnight and now it's not letting new people in. But I'll tell you, the other day, it wasn't letting old people do anything. So, and that's a lot of people were reporting that. So I wasn't the only one. Monday night through all of Tuesday, comment triggers were not working. So that's just one of those dilemmas. So it's Facebook. We'll have to play with their rules, but it would be nice to at least be able to get the comment triggers working again, because that would be really nice.
Yes, it would.
So, all right. Well, I got to go run to the store. So, I'll put this replay up for Joanne. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me, asking questions. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me join you. And you have a great weekend. And we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah. You too. Thanks.
I
got to figure out. I got to get back to this. Sorry. All right. Have a great night. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.